Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing a bit of like a chit chat situation. I literally wanted to do this. I know, I'll get it together. I literally wanted to do this video because I know this is something that a lot of people are going through, but there's not really enough information as to what to do in a situation like this. And to be honest, it's been a stressful situation. So the sunlight is literally disappearing as we speak, but I really wanted to do this in natural light. I thought I would come and just speak to you in regards to the coronavirus and planning for a wedding and all of those things, and how we got to this stage where we were able to celebrate with friends and family, where we were able to celebrate with friends and family on a budget, but also keeping in mind that, you know, we still plan to like take pictures in my dress and all these other things. But anyway, so the first thing is I'm gonna give you a little story time as to what happened to us during the virus and how it affected us. So we planned to get married in April, I believe. Yeah, April. And in the end, we ended up getting married in March. Now, obviously, lockdown came in March of 2020. So this meant that, you know, up until the point where we were getting married, almost like 3 weeks beforehand, you know, we were still like, okay, maybe things will die down. You know, nobody really knew what was going to happen. Now, bear in mind, aside from the fact that people were dying and there were more important things to think about, you know, we wanted to make sure that our friends and family and everybody was safe. So the long and short of it is, what we did was we were able to have our blessing, which was the most important part for us. We're Christians, and we believed that at the end of the day, in front of God, some witnesses, and our spiritual parents, that was the decision that we had made, that regardless of what happens, this is what we're going to do now. And also, to be honest with you, we had everything sorted. Like, our home was sorted, so it was almost like we didn't know how long the pandemic was gonna last. So it made sense that we would get married and live in our home together, because we literally could not bear to be apart anymore. Like, it was just too much. Like, literally anybody who's about to get married or has gotten married knows that those few weeks before you get married are like, it's a lot. Like, it's just a lot. Like, you're both burning, number one, and number two, it's just stressful. Bear in mind that now I have a different mindset in terms of the fact that it actually did not need to be stressful. If we hadn't decided to have a 300 people wedding, 300 people. And the thing is, I'm making a fuss of that because that was me, that was my fault. It was actually my fault. Like, I brought it on myself. Like, it actually was not necessary. Anyway, the first thing is we got married and it was beautiful. Like, it was spiritually, emotionally, and just like everything, it was just beautiful. Like, the thing is, I didn't even have a dress. Like, I borrowed a dress from my sister, like, and nobody would know. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, where did you get a dress from? I was like, sis, I don't even know where I got this dress from. But anyway, God being so good, we got married, and literally, I tell you, we got married, it took about 30 minutes. We had supermarket, we signed our certificates, and we came and ordered pizza, and we did the do. Do you get, like, it was that simple. Like, it was not stressful whatsoever. You know, even during our vows, like, I was even doing tears, like, you know, the whole thing, like, it was just nice. Like, it was so nice. You know, after that, in my mind, I thought, I was happy with that at the time, because in my mind, I thought, you know what, we've had our blessing, you know, we can celebrate later, like, it's not a big deal. But then the longer this pandemic started to go, you know what, I think I'm going to put my light on now because it's getting a bit dark. One moment. Okay, you have to go for the ring light. In my mind, I thought it would be like a month, like, do you get a month of us staying at home, and then everything would go back to normal. And of course, I mean, I've never lived through a pandemic before, so I don't know what I don't know what that means. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that, you know. To be honest with you, I was being selfish. I was thinking more about the fact that, yeah, like, God won't let this happen to me because, you know, I've been waiting for this for so long. No, sis, just no. I had made it clear that I wanted to still have this big wedding. We don't own a home. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't own a home you haven't started a family yet. You know, I get that you want this big wedding, but really and truly, you don't have a house. You don't. I mean, like, as much as I was upset, and I needed my moment to be upset, after that, I realized that actually, all these people that you wanted to come to this wedding, have you spoken to them? Even during this virus, have they called you to ask you if you're okay? Have they called you? Have they given you a phone call, a text? Have they called you to even ask of you, like, what is your stress? Why are you trying to kill yourself over this? So then from then I was like, okay, you know what? We're gonna have a smaller wedding. You know, we're gonna have because to me, the most important part had been done already. So to be honest with you, during this season where we haven't even had access to be able to even see certain people, you just realize who and what is important to you. To them, like, what's really important? What do I want to spend my time with? Who do I want to spend my time with? Like, and I'm not saying that if you have the money, like, don't do it, because at the time we had the money, we were both working, this is what we planned to do, and it was fine. But then now we're in a different position. Like, we're in a different position whereby nothing is open anyway, everything is closed. Even when they do open things up in, I think, May or whatever, you're only still going to be allowed 30 people at your wedding. At this point now, I'm like, we need to get our money back. They were the most upsetting for me, because it wasn't a situation whereby they were trying to negotiate.